At the end of a growing season, AgSpy customers can choose to leave the equipment installed in the field, or they may choose to extract the equipment. The chart shown here highlights the difference between the two approaches. Let's talk about what you need to do if you plan to leave the probe in the ground during the off-season. AgSpy automatically stops applying data to your growing season once the projected end date for the season is reached. So if your plant date is June 1st and the season length is 90 days, your graph will stop showing data 90 days after June 1st. So if you only care to see data for that growing season and you intend to leave the equipment installed, you don't need to do anything. However, if you want to track data when the field is not planted or you intend to plant another crop immediately, you need to create a new season. To create a new season, access the site by clicking on its pin. The Create New Season button is found below the existing seasons for the field. When the Create Season dialog box comes up, you simply need to answer the questions it asks. Once you choose your crop type, note that there is a fallow crop type for use if you wish to track data during the off-season. AgSpy will automatically choose an automated template that has been developed for the crop you chose. It also specifies a season length, which you may modify if you choose. You will want to choose an accurate plant date because this will be the start date of your season, and this is the date on which data collected will begin to show on the graph. Simply press Add, and your new season will be created. Now let's talk about what you need to do when you aren't leaving the equipment installed. You will need to schedule the extraction, physically extract the equipment from the field, and store the equipment for the installation next year. Equipment extraction may be scheduled in two different ways in AgSpy. The quickest way to schedule extractions for many sites is to access the Schedule Extractions function from within the Service menu of the Admin portion of AgSpy. Once the menu selection is chosen, you will see this screen. If you have access to only one dealer, that will be the only dealer available to you. If you have access to more than one, you will need to specify the dealer you wish to view at this time. If you want to further pare down the list of sites you are going to look at, you may choose a particular subscriber from within that dealer. Once you press Continue, all the sites that currently have equipment in them will be shown. To schedule extractions, you simply click in the checkbox of those you wish to schedule. You'll notice that a default date has been chosen for the extraction scheduling. That date is auto-chosen based on the projected harvest date for the site. However, you may click on the extraction date and choose to change it if you wish. When you have chosen all the sites you wish to schedule an extraction for, simply press the Schedule Extractions button found at the bottom of the page. You are then shown a page listing the sites that you chose to schedule an extraction for. If, for any reason, you need to change the scheduled date, you will need to go to the Edit tab for the site you wish to change. To show you how to schedule an extraction for just one site at a time, I have chosen a particular site. I have navigated to the Edit tab, and then you have to push the Schedule an Extraction button. Because we already scheduled this extraction, you will see a date that has been scheduled. You may choose to cancel the extraction, or you can click on the date and change it to what you wish it to be. If this site had not already been scheduled, the process is the same. You put a date in, you can choose who is going to do the installation, which is usually chosen based on the wishes of a particular dealer. It might be AquaSpy doing the extractions, it might be dealer. Once you press Save, this extraction has been scheduled. Because this is done on a one-at-a-time basis, we believe that the mass scheduling as described is more efficient for you to do. You probably have noticed this Extract Immediately button. If you have already pulled the equipment from the site, then you probably want to do an extract immediately. You are telling the AgSpy software that the equipment has been pulled and that it should stop expecting data to be received from that equipment. If you are scheduling an extraction instead of using the Extract Immediately button, AgSpy will do the automatic extraction, that is to say, detach the equipment from the site in AgSpy's database once it has not received any data for at least 24 hours after the scheduled extraction date. So to record the changes you wish to make, simply press the Save button. We have now covered how you schedule an extraction and what AgSpy automatically does concerning extractions. Let's now talk about how you do the physical extraction. The tools you will need to perform the extraction are shown here. An extraction tool, a T-post popper or jack, about 2 feet of chain, a piece of wood on which to rest the jack. This piece of wood spans the hole and stops the jack from sinking into the hole. Pliers, side cutters, and a nut driver to loosen the hose clamps. Let's talk about the physical extraction steps. The first step is to disconnect the power plug from the COM tower. As mentioned previously, the auto extraction process will not occur if the equipment is still reporting in.
To actually extract the probe from the ground, you will first want to dig an 8-inch hole around the top of the probe, thus exposing the probe so you can fit the probe puller on it. You will also want to undo the cable and roll it up. Next, attach the clamp to the probe as shown here. Attach the chain to the clamp and to the T-post as shown in this picture. With everything attached properly, you will be able to extract the probe vertically using the T-post. You will also be able to use the T-post to extract the pole on which the COM tower is mounted.
Once you have physically extracted the equipment, you will want to store your equipment properly to prepare for successful usage of the equipment in a subsequent growing season. First, unmount the COM tower from the post and remove the brackets for storage. Make sure the power plug is removed, but it's best to be kept with the COM tower so it doesn't get lost. Check for nicks or damage to the cable and spool up the cable for storage. It is best to store the probe in a flat position so that it doesn't develop a bow if it's left leaning against a wall.